Over the last 3 days, we've heard from experts and makers in fields as diverse as fashion, law, gaming, engineering, artificial intelligence, and our hope is that everyone who was part of the WCCE would have taken away new directions for collaboration and action. This event aims to act as a personal and shared pathfinder, helping us all to play our part in shaping a strong, human and purposeful foundation for our creative economy. Because we each have the power to make a difference in this young and fast-changing sector, so for individuals, organizations, industries, and governments, we hope to have catalyzed the new ambitions, tools, projects, and dreams which can help drive this transformation. And with every great event, we would like to have a powerful close. First, we will hear the perspectives of two esteemed speakers on the past 3 days, because without the collaboration between their two countries, which we have shared a vision of the future of culture and creativity, none of us would be here at WCCE 2021 today. First, please welcome to the stage Indonesia's Vice Minister for Tourism and Creative Economy, Her Excellency Angela H. Tanosidibeo. Your Excellency.
Good evening. Excellency Noura bint Mohammed Al Kaabi, Minister of Culture and Youth for the United Arab Emirates, Excellency Mubarak Al-Naki, Undersecretary of Culture and Youth for the United Arab Emirates, Excellencies, distinguished participants. What an exciting 3 days it was, and I quote from Mr. John Hawkins and Mr. John Newbegin, "Everybody has something to learn, everybody has something to teach." Creative actors, experts, policymakers, and all stakeholders, for the first time during the pandemic, come together here in this remarkable city of Dubai, called to make the world invest more in human creativity and innovation. The discussion of the global creative economy has never been this dynamic and has never been more relevant. One thing that is consistent throughout the discussion is the importance of the creative economy, not only for the economic benefits, but most of all, for celebrating diversity, inclusivity, enriching cultures, and building a sustainable future for all. Once again, I highly commend the government of the United Arab Emirates, particularly the Ministry of Culture and Youth, under the leadership of Your Excellency Noura Al Kaabi, for the excellent organization of the Second World Conference on Creative Economy 2021. Thank you so much, very much, for your hospitality. Shukran. We are incredibly grateful that the spirit of inclusively creative is held steadily during this year WCCE. The year 2022 will be an exciting year for Indonesia as we are carrying the torch of the G20 presidency, upholding the grand theme of Recover Together, Recover Stronger. Indonesia believes that in the face of global pandemic challenges, we can recover as one and move forward, cultivating a more robust world together. During these 3 days, we see many discussions arise on how the world should move forward, powered by creativity, innovation, and technology. We listen to the creative global communities to create a more resilient and sustainable ecosystem. We experience glimpses of the world's innovative works at the Creative Village, and we have committed to the 21 action points of the UAE WCCE 2021 agenda. All in all, we are nothing but hopeful with this outlook, and we are excited to continue fostering creative voices. With that spirit, I'm excited to announce that the WCCE is coming home to Bali, Indonesia next year. We are excited to continue the creative discourse, and we cannot wait to host the global creatives, innovators, and policymakers to converse, experience, and take actions towards global recovery through the creative economy sectors. Stay creative, stay safe, and we will welcome you to Bali, Indonesia in person next year. Thank you very much. Shukran.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to hand you over to the UAE's Minister for Culture and Youth, Her Excellency Noura bint Mohammed Al Kaabi.
Everyone start booking your tickets from today to Bali. Yeah, I'm serious. I can't believe it's a wrap. I'm already missing you all. So let's start with, first of all, thanking Mr. Hawkins and Mr. Newbegin for such an insightful commentary of the sessions of the last 3 days. It was such a joy to hear you both speak about the creative economy and its position in a global context. We heard from you about the journey of this concept from an idea to a reality and how it continues to evolve, where it stands now and where it's headed. Your views on the importance of the creative economy have been a guiding light for the world to follow and take action. Thank you, John and John. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you had a wonderful 3 days at the World Conference on the Creative Economy. Although the conference comes to an end, the real work has just only begun. The UAE's edition of the WCCE marks the end of the Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development, but the beginning of an ongoing conversations around the creative economy and a renewed promise to carry forward these discussions for actionable outcomes. It was indeed an honor and a great learning experience to be part of this power-packed conference, held under the theme, Inclusively Creative, Cultivating the Future. The conference brought together thought leaders, policymakers, creatives, and end users on a common platform to share ideas and discuss the future direction of the creative economy. Some of the most pertinent topics that will drive the course of the cultural and creative industries were discussed under 6 broad themes: future sustainable, reworking work, technology transformation, inclusivity and diversity, education, unlashed and elevating media and communities landscape. I am glad to say that we have had a very fruitful 3 days of this conference, which goes to show that our efforts in making the creative economy stand out on the global agenda is gaining traction. It's a work in progress as we prepare to action and deliver the outcomes of the sessions we have listened to. It was heartening to see such an overwhelming response to the Friends of Creative Economy meeting that ran parallel to the conference throughout the day on December 7th. Policymakers, creatives, along with government and non-government stakeholders from around the world brought their minds together to discuss ways and means to develop an ecosystem for a thriving and sustainable creative economy. It also provided us a platform to engage with youth, a key demographic in establishing creative ecosystems and driving force behind the creative economy. We will be working closely with young creators and entrepreneurs to channel greater engagement towards cultural and creative industries. I would also like to shed light on the ministerial meeting that took place on the sidelines of the conference today, where ministers from all continents of the world, from South America and South Pacific Islands to Europe, North America, and the Gulf region, all got together to share best practices and solutions that they have implemented for developing their nation's creative economy. This hybrid meeting has shown us the power of collaboration and partnerships. This meeting was significant on many fronts. Firstly, it showed global commitment, and secondly, it showed how governments are pitching themselves as stakeholders into this process. It is a step in the right direction for the future of the global creative economy. The UAE is committed to the cause of the creative economy, building a thriving cultural and creative industries ecosystem. Recently, the Executive Board of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, adopted a resolution submitted by the UAE to protect and nurture the cultural and creative ecosystem. The resolution, entitled Building on the 2021 International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development through Consolidated Action, was submitted in partnership with Indonesia, Colombia, and Bangladesh, the great supporters of the great economy, of the creative economy. I must add here that in promoting the creative economy, we are joined by several partner nations and intergovernmental organizations who will be working closely with the UAE to take the agenda forward. The UAE edition of WCCE will continue the work of this historic year for positive global impact. We believe this is an ongoing dialogue, and to keep the momentum going, I am pleased to share with you that we shall continue to build on the outcomes of WCCE 2021 and host an annual series of UAE Global Dialogues for the Creative Economy. Thank you. To take the legacy forward, these global dialogues will be a platform to create new partners, seize opportunities for knowledge exchange and best policy practices within the cultural creative industries, and provide support in building strong legislative frameworks to boost the creative economy both locally and internationally. This will also support our national efforts in positioning the UAE as a global driver and incubator of the discussions on creative economy. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the participants and speakers for their valuable contributions to the conference. A special thank you to all the attendees who helped make the conference such a big success. It was indeed an honor to host such an accomplished panels and foster dialogue to build the creative economy. I would also like to extend my deep gratitude to the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, and World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, for their continuous support the UAE's work in the field of culture and creative industries and creative economy. Also, a special note of thanks for our diplomatic partners and organizers who have been the force behind the global event and who helped us produce this very high-profile conference, as well as the WCCE steering committee, which was made up of both local and international government partners and international experts from the field. We are all on a journey of hope, of opportunity and connectivity. Thanks to our amazing sponsors. They have helped us in making your journey to WCCE UAE a memorable one. Thank you, Etihad Airways, and thank you, Kareem. And finally, thank you to the government of Indonesia and our partners at the Indonesia Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy for providing us the honorable opportunity of bringing WCCE to the UAE. A personal thank you to the Vice Minister, Her Excellency Angela, and her team for being with us during this exciting time. And next year, WCCE will be heading back to Bali, Indonesia, and we look forward yet to meet together with enriching and insightful conference. Finally, a very special and dedicated thanks to the members of, let's say, the hidden soldiers of the CCI team, who I would like to thank individually. So please stand up when I mention your name. Ali Al-Qasmi, Undersecretary of CCI. Anam Khan. Wahid Al-Hadrami, Farah Jadid, Pedro Lozano, فاطمة السعدي، فاطمة الحوسني، نوال النقبي، أحلام الكثيري، ميسة جرودي، ليلى خلفان، ميثا السويدي. This is a thank you from me and my deputy Mbarak al-Nakhi to the team for their day and night work. You made this conference happen. I know there was many tears and many sweats and many fights, and today is Hugs Day with the masks on, please. Thank you everyone once again for your belief and for your support for the creative ecosystem. It is very inspirational indeed. I really look forward to seeing you in the near future, and truly you are already missed. Thank you everyone. We in the UAE are very excited and honored to be hosting the second edition of the World Conference on Creative Economy after Indonesia.
To connect hearts, to connect minds, and to create the future through human-centered innovation. To discuss an issue which is very dear to my heart and very dear to the mandate of UNESCO, the creative sector, the creative economy.
There are discussions of how we can protect artists, discussions of how can we sustain and nurture and build a better world.
It is crucial to invest in our people and their creativity now.
Where creativity is truly inclusive.
If we don't reach different audiences, then we're not maximizing the power of arts and storytelling.
Having an outlet to engage with like-minded creative individuals is so powerful.
Music, it's performance, it's books, it's films, it's storytelling.
So creativity to me means life.
I'm here actually to advocate for a future, one that might be getting a lot of criticism, but also brings with it a lot of promise.
How can we actually use our creativity and our imagination to think of something more sustainable?
I believe that art engages the young and the old. It values our culture, our history, and our language.
Together we're telling a very complete story. It's the beginning of a momentum.
It was an honor to host such an accomplished and diverse set of speakers and to listen to a stream of new ideas and fresh perspectives.
Our thoughts on this are not confined to just the UAE. It's inclusive. It's different nations. Thank you all so much for attending WCCE 2021. It's been an incredible event here in Dubai, and this is just the beginning.